Night of the Seven Kingdoms has been wonderful. It's been wonderful. Now I will put a little caveat on that in the sense that it's been almost like a great little novella. Like these little bite-sized episodes. We're only getting 6 in total. It's gone much more smaller scale, which I've really appreciated, like a Game of Thrones story, not telling the story of lords and kings, but rather more down-to-earth, grounded people who actually lived in that world of Westeros, right? And I've enjoyed it thoroughly. Last night was the second to last episode, episode 5. I think it was called In the Name of the Mother. I think is what it was called. And while I don't think A Night of the Seven Kingdoms has been getting better every single episode, I think last night's episode was the best episode they've had yet. It had heart. It had emotion to it. It had a real visceral fight scene.
Yeah, it got real Thronesy.
Oh, got very Thronesy to it. And then with a wild WTF moment to end it. Now, if you're somebody like me, I have not read all the appendices stuff that George R.R. Martin has written. Like, I've not read the stories of, Dunk the Tall and all that. So I don't know. Many of you knew exactly what was going to happen with Baelor Targaryen. I did not. And let's throw up the little spoiler thing here for anybody who has not yet seen episode 5, because we are going to go into it a little bit here. But I knew something was wrong when he's like, "Oh, can one of you help me with my helmet?" I'm like, "Oh my God, this is going to be Gus Fring all over again." Where Gus got to tighten his tie and then turn his face the other way and this is going to be bad. I was not ready for how bad it was going to be when he turned his head's all caved in and like, no. I just like.
Okay. We weren't. Okay. Damn, spoiled. Thanks. We literally just spent 20 seconds saying we're putting up the spoiler warning, and we put it up.
Yeah, this is.
And then someone's like, "Thanks, spoiled."
Yeah, go cry yourself to sleep. That's on you. We gave you plenty of heads up and put up a big spoiler warning. So anyway, go jerk yourself off. So anyway, I was floored by it. Now, of course, because I've watched a bunch of Game of Thrones-ish videos, I know what happens to Egg. And so, hey, at some point, Egg's got to get in the lineage line here. So something has to happen. So it made sense, whatever. But just the way that happened, because I think somebody online made the point that Baelor was like a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms version of Ned Stark, like the MVP, because he was. I mean, this is a guy I think everybody wanted to see on the Iron Throne. Like, oh, this would have been a great era for Westeros if this guy sat on the Iron Throne. And whatever, but the fight scene was visceral. The flashback was heartbreaking. Getting a little bit more of what was the knight's name? Something of Pennytree.
Yeah.
Aelin? Was that his name?
Yeah.
Of Pennytree? I knew it was of Pennytree, but getting a little bit of a better picture of him, I thought was wonderful. And I mean, I'm watching Dunk just get the living shit beat out of him. Though, like, Ann and I are sitting there watching, and like every 2 seconds, we're like, ah.
It was great though.
Arlen of Pennytree. Thank you guys in the live chat. Arlen of Pennytree. And so freaking satisfying to see that little punk bitch at the end going, "I withdraw my accusation." I mean, it was just so good, so satisfying. It was too short. Again, it was like after credits and previously ons, it was like 40 minutes. But that is what this series is.
Yeah.
No little novellas. But I found it very satisfying. Listen, I still like House of the Dragon more. I do. But I could not be happier with A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I really couldn't. And last night's episode was truly peak Game of Thrones. It was really great. Anyway, Rob, you had a chance to watch episode 5 last night. What did you think of it?
Well, what I've really liked about this show is it in its conception and its consistency. I really feel like, John, I'm always talking about authorship, and I feel like they said we know that George R.R. Martin was very heavily involved in the creation of this. I feel everybody on this show really understands the assignment. It is a character-based show, and you love these characters. and you love watching. This is not about, I mean, it got a little apocalyptic for certain people last night, but it's not about the end of the world. You know, it shows that you can tell an epic tale that gets you emotionally involved and gets you on the edge of your seat. Like last night, you were on the edge of your seat, and it's because it's engaged your emotions and it's engaged your mind, and it's just telling you a great story.
Yeah.
And who would have thought? I just love the fact that this is in a Game of Thrones universe where we're used to watching two sides with dragons and,
And
the
massive
fate of-
armies.
Absolutely.
And, yeah.
But this is just as compelling. And it shows that, you can tell a story in any universe as long as you have a handle on what that story is going to be. The stakes can be personal or they can be world ending, but they can be just as compelling. And this show knows exactly what story it's telling. It's not missed a step. And every episode is just, I mean, I'm assuming the 6th episode is going to be equally fantastic, but what a satisfying piece of entertainment. I mean, if you cut it all together, it's like a 2.5-hour movie. Mm-hmm. What a satisfying film this would be.
And I think if they follow the pattern that almost all the seasons of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon have been, it's always been like the second to last episode is like the big one, and then it kind of pieces things together. But I'll tell you what, I am so excited for next week, because I remember as Baylor's standing there and talking about, because him and his brother, they're the hammer and the anvil, right, the heroes of the Blackfire Rebellion and all that kind of stuff. And while they seem like they get on each other's nerves, they love each other, the two brothers. And like, I remember thinking, he's talking about how his brother's the one who hit him in the back of the head, and he's like, he hits hard, sort of thing. His brother didn't mean he didn't mean to kill him or seriously injure him. And all I could think about is the great drama we're going to have, because now we've got this other brother who's now in line for the throne, and he's going to be torn up.
Yeah.
And even in the little trailer for next week's episode, he's devastated. Like, he's absolutely, it's not like one of these traditional things. The younger brother kills the older one, so he can be like, no. He's devastated. And I'm like, I cannot wait to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to find out who landed the blow.
Oh, I think he knows it was him. I think he knows it was him.
You think, oh, wow.
Yeah, because remember, Baylor said, my brother hits hard. Like, I think he knows it was him, right? He knows he did it. And that's why it's not just the death of his brother. He knows he's the one who did it.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to eat him. And I just can't wait to see how this finishes off. Anyway, I just think I was questioning this series a little bit. It's like, do we really need it? A little 6-episode thing? But it's been great, and I'm so glad they made it.
Well, because when you tell stories like this, especially genre stories set in fictional worlds, you can make them great even if it's the story of one guy. And this is such a great example of that. It's just a really well conceived. You feel that you're really getting a story that it was worth telling to the audience. They really nailed it. I wish Star Trek could do it.
Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Factor. Cold days, packed schedules, and let's be honest, when February hits, staying on track with eating well gets tough. And that's why I love Factor. Factor makes eating healthy deliciously easy with fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs so you can eat well without the planning, shopping, or cooking. One of my main go-to meals lately is their high protein options. You're getting quality functional ingredients like lean proteins, colorful vegetables, whole foods, and healthy fats. Plus, they have over 100 rotating weekly meals, including Calorie Smart, Mediterranean, GLP-1 support, ready-to-eat salads, and even their new Muscle Pro collection for strength and recovery. Everything arrives fresh, never frozen, and is ready in about 2 minutes. All that and more is why I highly recommend Factor. Head to factormeals.com/Campea50off and use the code Campea50off to get 50% off and free breakfast for a year. Eat like a pro this month with Factor. New subscribers only, varies by plan. One free breakfast item per box for 1 year while subscription is active. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What did you think about episode 5 of a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, I thought it was their best episode yet. I thought it was really great. Just kind of heartbreaking that we've probably only got like a half hour left of it, which breaks my heart. But whatever you guys thought about it, jump down into the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.